Okay. Well, hello, everybody. I am excited to tell you about my new book. And the new book is has a lot of important information in it. First of all, it solves this almost century long mystery about Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest scientists to walk this planet, as far as being very close to this generation. And Tesla's known for his genius in electromagnetism. So he was an electrical engineer, but just an incredible scientist, responsible for developing alternating current that goes to all the homes. And it's carried in the power lines and then it's converted back into direct current. So all of that energy, the design of the motor, which runs automobiles and so many other of our devices. Also big on wireless transfer of information. And he even wanted to give wireless as far as energy to humanity. He worked not necessarily so much with force, but Newtonian force, but he worked with scalar resonance. This is really his strength. So what that really is if force is, if you had a glass and you broke it with a hammer, that would be force. Force in physics is pull, push. But if you look at resonance, it would be me singing to the glass and matching the vibrational frequency of the molecules in the glass, and then there's amplification of the energy, and the glass can shatter. So you can think of resonance, and biology is doing a lot of resonance, but it's not generally talked a lot about. Where you can have entanglement with another object, and you can have resonance, and you can have energetic exchange or communication between the two. Um, so this is what really Tesla worked on. And for 100 years, he left a very interesting statement about if we understood the magnificence of the numbers 3, 6, and 9, we'd have the keys to the universe. And he's absolutely right. This guy actually understood what is known as the ether since his time. He's in passing away in 1943. A lot of his information disappeared from the New Yorker hotel. Some of the trunks of the information came back, but there's still missing information, probably in those documents, the etheric lattice and the actual structural information. And so, what is the etheric lattice? The etheric lattice is this invisible grid that's between you and me. It's loaded with energy. It's geometric. It's harmonic. It's whole number. And in my journey, I actually solved this in a odd way, working with black widow spiders and looking at the hourglass that's on the abdomen of the females, and the hourglass is associated with time, but I used it to map numbers and geometry back onto the hourglass. This led me to finding a parallel geometry that runs parallel to the Platonic solids, which are known in mathematics. The ones I found are phase shifted, and these geometries actually breathe. And I'll talk about these in the book, and I'll talk about this etheric lattice because I just break it wide open, and it has 369 in the what I'll call the digital roots. If you take numbers and you actually reduce them down to a single digit. This lattice is one that the ancient Egyptians knew of, and they were building the angles and also the dimensions into their physical structures to resonate with this invisible lattice so that the life force energy was being brought into that location, and individuals that were in the vicinity could balance their bodies with this this living life force. So the one thing that is clear to me is that the universe actually breathes. This hourglass, which is a stamp left on the abdomen of black widow spiders, describes the breath of the universe, the exhale, the inhale, the pause. These are numbers as well. The numbers are not really numbers. Numbers are alive. They are geometric, and we've kind of lost this in the mathematics. And I will go over this. I'll go over the geometry, show you how the grid is a constrained framework. Energy and the waves that come out of the singularity fall by coherency, fill these containers, leading to form. What are the implications of this? Actually, it's quite large, because you're talking about free energy, 0 point energy, and you're talking about being able to access this. And I think the great masters were aware of this. Clearly, I can see it in the hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt, the weighing of the heart. If you see this mathematics that I have and the geometry, you can see how they left this in the hieroglyph. Massive amounts of information, and you can see it using the numbers that they were aware of the scalar physics, and they encrypted it. And so that's actually in the book. The book that I published is here. It's the 363 code, and you can see I've got the actual part of the etheric lattice is on there, which looks like concentric circles with radial lines, and where they cross are the actual nodes. The book's on Amazon. If you Google the 363 code, you'll see that book come up and explain all this information. Is explained in the book. And I'm actually going to make short videos here that will go like chapter by chapter to really unravel this. There's a lot of numbers, there's some geometry in there, but nothing that we cannot understand. It's when you break it down, it's not nearly as difficult as the physics and mathematics that are currently being taught in kind of higher academia. And so I can go over that and share that with you. So what is the 0 point? Where does this get us with 0 point energy? This will revolutionize transportation, communication, medicine, because when you are talking about this kind of energy, and if you're in resonance with it, you are talking about the energy that moves galaxies. It's in the invisible space. There is a grid, from my opinion. Tesla knew about it. He was using this information in his experiments, and I'm here to share that. This is so revolutionary, but it also, the information, certain groups on the planet may have it, but it's time to share this information with humanity. It's time that humanity has access to this information, and that's what I'm here to do. It's in the book, but I will explain it chapter by chapter. I took a trip to Egypt, and touched the Sphinx, and of course the Sphinx is in itself a magical structure, and it had some information transfer occur. So look for these other videos. I can't wait to share the information. If you want to get the book, that's great. It's got so much information in there for scientists, for people that want to remember. It's really a book about remembrance. You are your own Jedi. And if you learn how to do visualizations, meditations, sound, because this etheric lattice, it is a whole number, geometric, harmonic lattice. And it's a 33, what I call a 33 lattice. And these are, what you'll see is in the scalar circle, it is not 360 degrees, that's Euclidean. This is in motion, so it's 363 degrees. And the circle has 11 intervals, And you can see Tesla's grid. It's beautiful. It goes from, in the first circle, the first rotation, it goes 33 degrees, 66 degrees, 99 degrees, goes to 132 degrees, 165 degrees, then 198 degrees, then 231 degrees, 265 degrees, 297 degrees. Very important. That's the ninth spoke on this wheel of 11. And then it goes to 330 degrees and then ends at 363 degrees. That's one rotation. Actually, there are three rotations in the first harmonic to get to 33 times 33, which is 1089, the square-based pyramid in Egypt. Human body has 33 vertebrae. We have 33 here degrees in each step. There's 11 organ systems in the human body, and there's 11 intervals. And also, on the planet, on Gaia, there's 33 nodes. So there's a connection between the 33 vertebrae and Gaia, which gives you the 1089, and then it will go because it's fractal in the cosmos. So I can't wait to share this information to the world because it's super exciting and it's going to transform the planet. Look for the other videos.